Maureo Vlogs, number 255, Alcatraz. Hello, welcome. Well, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. Over the years, I have been to a few different places around my native country, New Zealand, and from time to time there have been some things that have really caught my attention, and I find myself years later talking about them and telling people about that thing and that. I maybe a wee bit like my mother, and I tell the same story over and over again. But one such place is this place called Alcatraz, where the guy there, the guy and his wife that run it, he was a sort of a bird person for the Department of Conservation, and he did a lot of study, I believe, into owls and how they breed and what have you. And so then he branched out on his own and started Alcatraz, where obviously the focus is on owls, surprisingly enough. So I can't actually go, it's quite away from where I am at the moment. I would love to do a return visit and perhaps take some video and photos. But so what I'm going to do is just have a look at their website and use that as the background for my story. So here we are at their website on the home page there, and you can see that it's called Alcatraz, and it's open every day, weather permitting. Alrighty, so that's their website there. You can see up the top here, www.alcatraz.co.nz, so you can go there yourself and have a little bit of a look around. Now here's the attraction. Now first up you've got the owls, and the owls, and our native owl is called the moorpork, and often at night around different times of the year we will hear the call of the moorpork. Moorpork. It definitely sounds like moorpork. I don't know whether that's because we've been conditioned to hear that's what it is saying or not. The Maori call it the ruru. So perhaps to them it makes a sound that sounds like ruru. And one of the things about this place is that they make puns around the names of their particular owls. So you've got Al Capone, Owie McPherson, Elvis Presley, and Elmo and Alfalfa. So they've got a sort of a little this little sense of humour runs through everything they do. So they run a really good tour about the owls and how they feed them and the owl habitats. I still remember some of the stuff, and they showed us how the owl can turn its head round 180 degrees and how it flies and how sometimes it makes a noise and sometimes it doesn't. It was really informative. I was I listened to every word. So they've got the owls, and then they've got the farm walk, and they've got some kuni pigs. I think they even had a Captain Cooker. I'm not sure if they're one and the same, but again they've got Ohakuni, which is named after there's a town called Ohakuni, and Jerusalem donkey, and the fallow deer. Gracie B and Toby, I'm not quite sure there, and Alibaba the alpaca, and all sorts of things like that. So at every opportunity there's just a little touch of clever humour in the way things are presented, which really fitted with my outlook on life, where outwardly I don't appear to try and take too much seriously, but deep down I feel it. All right, and then there's the weka as well. Now they've got a couple of weka. They've got Motueka, which is a place, a province down at the around the Nelson area. Ngaruawahia, which is of course with the flying aeroplane cafe at a place called Ngaruawahia, and then they've got Owlcatraz as well. So again, that little bit of humour comes in there. The Wairuru Caves, Ruru of course being the Maori name for the moor pork, and Wai water. So they have got these caves in here where you can go and see the glowworms. They take you through. They have some glowworms in there, and they've actually built the caves themselves. So when I went in there, it was early days with the glowworms. So they've probably sort of evolved a little bit since I was there. But yeah, it was well worth a bit of a look at the glowworms. And then they've also got the old Shannon jail, which of course has a connection with the name of the owlcatraz. And inside the jail they have got a collection of owls of all sorts, like egg cups and ashtrays and anything that can be used or made in an owl, they've got it there. And they've got over 1,000 there now. So there's the owl collection is quite intriguing. And then that brings us, they've got what I've got on the cover of Lake Owlsmere. And that seems a new one there with a little bit of New Zealand livestock and live wildlife and bush and things like that. And so and there's other attractions as well. So all this can be found in a little town called Shannon, which is it's on a sort of, well, we used to call it a back road or a shortcut between sort of Levin and you can go through, turn off at Levin and go in through Shannon, and then come into Palmerston North on the Awapuni side. So it's about 30 minutes south of Palmy and an hour and a half north of Wellywood or Wellington. So yeah, that's it's a little bit of a turn off. It can a turn off from State Highway 1. It can be a bit tricky to find it, but yeah, it is quite doable. So yeah, so I think yeah, that's well worth a visit, and a visit. I went there more than 10 years ago, a long time ago, and well worth the visit. I really enjoyed it, and I remember, I'm surprised just going through this website how much I remembered to this day. So yeah, Alcatraz, give it a crack. So that brings us to today's background and the sort of question of the day. Who is this guy, and what's his connection to today's theme? I think it's probably going to be pretty obvious, actually. But anyway, I want to know his name, so you might know him by his pseudonym or known name, but I want to know his actual name. So you might have to look that up, but it should be shouldn't be too hard. I think yeah, one. I don't think you'll need to be clicking too much on the old Uncle Google to find that one out. So that brings us to yesterday's question or picture, and it was who is this and what is the movie? And this is of course Sean Connery. Sean Connery voted the sexiest man alive, I think, in 1999 or something like that. Used to be Bond, James Bond, and but in this particular case here, he's in the movie The Hunt for Red October, and WT was able to come through with that one and take the prize. The prize being your name in lights on Maureo vlogs in the Hall of Fame. So, yeah, this could be you. If you only know the answer to what this guy's name is and his connection with today's vlog. I'd just like to welcome my any new subscribers that I've got here. As I said, yesterday I've been over to Green Bay Wacky and I've been finding or growing my channel, and that's meant I've got a lot more subscribers. So trying to get through and watch all the videos and see them all is quite a task. So I would ask that if you're not if I'm not meeting your expectations, give me a little comment down there. It's more an oversight than ignoring you. And certainly when things start to come back on stream, I get into my teaching role, I put out a lot of videos, so I can understand that some of you possibly won't necessarily want to ring the bell, because you could get on some days 5 or 6 videos if I'm in full production. So yeah, I'm quite aware of that. But I think in a sort of community situation, it's important that we actually communicate. So don't. I can take a little bit of criticism and that fair comment. So yeah, don't hold back. I do, as I say, I do my best with the time that I have available. I think I've just mortgaged possibly more time than I do have available. So we'll see how it goes. All good. Cheers. See you.